his hatchery out. Well, actually, he may have wanted that creep closer to the ramp, I guess. But he may have also planted that hatchery out because there was a mine in position there. Had to plant it outside the mine because there was one overlord nearby. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Looks like the Ursidon got killed by something. Probably the splash damage from a mine somewhere along the way. And, wow. So now Artosis with a bunch of Goliaths out with a ton of Mutalisks. Look at that. That's probably 3 control groups of Mutalisks. Let's see. Well, let's see. 1, 2. Actually, maybe just 2. Might be 3. Wow. Okay, let's just call it a crap load of Mutalisks roaming around the map right now. And it looks like Artosis now is going to try and take his third base. He's setting up a lot of turrets on this perimeter here so he can siege up and basically siege tanks on that ridge. A few siege tanks on that ridge are enough to really, really protect this expansion very easily against any ground forces. And then he just needs Goliaths and vessels as well, and turrets to protect these siege tanks themselves. Where does Science Facility go? I don't know if he has a Radiate yet. He probably has a Radiate. He almost certainly has a Radiate by now. Anyway, but that is a lot of Mutalisks roaming around. And basically, LZ is just kind of roaming them around the map, just watching to see if Artosis tries to move anywhere or tries to pull anything. And he's going to see these vultures with his Overlord in the middle of the map here. Let's see if he takes them out. He actually may be going to try and shut down this expansion. And Artosis sees it, pulls back his command center within range of the turrets, and actually LZ is going to go, oh, is he going to go in? He's going to try and take out the command center. There's no SCVs to repair nearby. They're working on turrets right now. 2 Radiates go off in the middle of the clump. Is he going to be able to pull them off? He does pull them out. Another Radiate goes down though. Mutalisk gets slaughtered, and Goliath's coming in from behind to wipe things up as well. Jesus, wow, that was an absolute slaughter. So LzGamer sacrificing at least 2 control groups of Mutalisks, just pulling out 2 Mutalisks, 2 Soul Mutalisks with just a few hit points each, all to kill that one command center, and probably seemed like a good idea at the time, but I don't think he underestimated those science vessels and was not expecting that many irradiates. And now Artosis coming out here, he still has to try and build a new third base here, but he is going to try and move out. Now he knows he has that map control. He can counterattack. He's got several tanks, despite the fact that he was going more Goliath heavy to counter that. He's got several tanks to counter all these Hydralisks as well. And LzGamer has just a ton of forces. He's moving in. He's able to kill off several, but there's too many tanks, too many rows of tanks. However, LzGamer coming in for a flank on the other side. The mines are going to block that flank, protect against the flank. So this attack is going to survive. He's a little bit Goliath low, but I don't think LzGamer has the gas necessary to really push home that. He is working on some Hive Tech units now though, but I don't think it's really going to be enough. I mean, Hive Tech units. I was even asking actually LzGamer and Artosis the other day on the Ventrilo. Something occurred to me. I was like, I watched some mech game versus Zerg, and they had Hive Tech, and they had a bunch of gas, and they didn't seem to be able to do anything against the Terran army. And I was like, what, you guys, what is the best combination of units to use against Terran mech late game as Zerg? Because it doesn't seem like there's anything that they have that could really do any good. I mean, tanks kill Ultras, Vultures kill Ultras, tanks kill Hydras, tanks kill Lings, Goliaths kill Mutas. What can they do? And they basically said there's nothing you can do. And wow, ouch, 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 ouch. Lots of kills on these Vultures. 4, 6, so 16 kills on these Vultures. Probably mostly drones, I believe. And now Artosis is going to back his forces up this ramp and kill off this brand new expansion of LzGamers. Basically what they said, the only thing you can do is it's not a matter of units, it's a matter of location. You have to try and find openings and counterattack and attack the right locations at the right time as Zerg, and that's really the only thing you can do against a really good mech army. And that's what LzGamer is going to have to do right now. He's avoiding that army, he's avoiding engaging that army in direct battle, and just kind of wandering around the middle. Now, he still does have two flourishing bases, whereas Artosis only has this one. His mind out his natural as well as his main. So LzGamer still has a little bit of an advantage in that sense, but he's not in good shape. He needs to kind of take another, well, actually, he's going to try and take this base over here. The left side of the map is completely covered by that mech army, who kind of needs to stay in this area to protect his new base, because if he loses this base, then he's complete toast. He doesn't have a lot of money in the bank. These SCVs are basically all of his income. I'm surprised he hasn't transferred some of these SCVs over there, actually. So he needs to protect that location, and so he's going to have to stay back for a while. So LzGamer actually has a pretty open opportunity to take this location on the right side, and that's pretty much all he can do is try and macro up. He's given up his base down here. Not a lot of minerals there, regardless. Probably 2,000 minerals total. Well, a little more, actually. But anyway, just gave up that base completely and has decided to play by moving that location. Whoa, I did not know these guys were full. A big drop coming in here. If he can drop some stuff all over this army, that would be huge. There's a lot of Goliaths, though. They have the potential to destroy those overlords on their way in. I'm not sure exactly what his plans are here, but he is actually keeping those overlords out of sight range of the mines as he picks them off, it looks like. Let's see where he's going to go with those forces. I'm really curious to see what he's going to do with these drops. He's got 2 defilers. He's got a few ultralists. He's got a lot of hydras and a few smattering of zerglings as well. And here he goes in. He's going to try and move in here. Uh-oh, some zerglings sacrifice themselves to clear some mines. A huge pile of blood. I just missed the explosion, but oh, here comes science vessels. Oh, he irradiates a ton of overlords. The overlords are going to go down. He needs to drop them. Oh my god, the overlords get completely destroyed, and the forces barely get dropped out in time, but only like half of the forces get dropped out, I think, before the overlords died, and one of the ultralists even gets irradiated. Ouch! Oh man, that was brutal. That was brutal, and he's supply blocked to boot, so that may have just saved Artosis the game. He may have been out of the game if that drop had gone down on that expansion. That might have been game right there. He probably would have done a counterattack anyways. Here he comes in now with some Swarm. Nice use of Swarm right there on the front lines, but unfortunately his Hydralisks are behind the Swarm, still get killed off, and he doesn't have a lot of Zerglings or anything to follow up with it. Oh, and mines and tank fire. Look at all the blood and guts underneath there. Artosis, though, not able to replace his units very readily right now. Again, with just not a whole lot of mining going on, and still some idle SCVs, unfortunately, so he's not able to make full use of this expansion. Although maybe he does actually want to keep some on reserve, theoretically, in case the expansion were to go down again or something like that. Anyway, LzGamer now has this right side expansion up and running. He's got good drone saturation at all his bases. One of them is about to go down. But Artosis is pushing out. Looks like he might be trying to secure this base, try and get another expansion. Hard to tell, but LzGamer is going to go for a counter, though. He's going to completely bypass this. In a normal situation, the Terran's going to have a lot of reinforcements coming out to deal with this kind of a counterattack, this kind of a side attack. But in this case, he does not have that, and Artosis is going to have to bring his whole army back to try and deal with this. And he could actually leave himself vulnerable. This minefield is going to block anything that tries to go over there. And I don't think LzGamer can afford Mulisks right now. So Artosis is struggling to get his army through his own choke to get back in here to save his own base. He's probably going to lose a factory, but it doesn't look like he's really going to lose a whole lot more. He's lost his barracks. He might lose a depot. Armory not even upgrading, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, his army's going to come in here and it's going to be able to take out that, maybe take out that. He's going to get it burning. If he does, Artosis might not notice it. Jesus, Ultras have a lot of hit points there. Does get the armory burning. Artosis could repair it if he actually cared, but it doesn't appear that he really is attempting to get 3-3. He's seems to be content with 2-2. Anyway, so this minefield serving as a really useful kind of backup while he moves his whole army into his main to save it from that force there. LzGamer again has macroed up another force. More Ultralists in play here, and the Ultralists are not going to be good against tanks, but you know, he doesn't have a whole lot. Well, he's got enough tanks. He's got enough tanks to deal with this, actually. LzGamer moving in with some overlords now. He's going to try and clear out that minefield. Artosis is planning his army kind of in between his main and his expansion. Luckily does have some reinforcements that he's going to be able to